Alright guys, so we got game number 2 between Dinkey and PSiArc in, I think this must be the semi-final basically, because the winner of this goes on to play the winner of the winners final, sorry, the person seeded through to the winners final in Hut. So we got second and third playing it out right now in the decider to go face the champion. What is this map? I have no idea. You guys will know better than I will. This game's horrible with telling you the map right as you're loading it on the loading screen. Can we add that? Like, can I page Microsoft, get Billy Gates on the phone and be like, hey bro, now it's nice knowing the map when you're in the Civ select screen, but let's say you're all tabbed out and you either are a Civ 1 trick or a random player, or you're casting. Can we actually have the map put on the loading screen so observers know, and so alt tabbers know, one tricks know, random players know? Thanks guys. Anyway, on a serious note, we've got Rus gameplay here from our good friend PSiArc, all the way from Japan, playing on our laggy ass Australian server. So give it up for him. You know, it must be tough for players. Like, we call ourselves a fringe region in Australia, but really, we're sort of just the smallest major region, and that's not even like a flex, it's the truth. Because we tend to be like the first of the minor regions that gets our own servers and all that sort of thing. Anyway, in terms of builds, nothing's really happening so far. I mean, the Rus players put down a nice cabin. It's even generating 21 instead of like 17 to 20. Yeah, buddy. All that free gold. Centrelink payments, yeah boy. Does this one come with robo debt? Fuck robo debt. Anyway. Aussie welfare politics aside. So we've got a couple of scouts here for the Rus player. There actually is a bit of a difference in how they play in the matchup so far. So Dinkey's even got a couple of scouts. So English, obviously you probably don't really want to build a lot of scouts, you sort of want to just beeline towards age 2. But when you're up against a Civ like Rus who are going to get 3 of them, and they're going to want to try and kill all these huntables on the map, if you can get 2, then you got the chance to pinch some more sheep back off them, to try and kill some wolves, so they don't get the gold, that sort of thing. Council Hall starting with only 2 vills there for Dinkey. So, got a Civ that can field knights up against a Civ that can't in age 2. Bit of a contest over these wolves. But PSiArc, oh! Dinkey able to get that kill off PSiArc. So the thing is with those sorts of trades, you always want to make sure you get your opponent to make the second last hit so you can make the last hit and really show them up and then wander off victoriously. Just like Dinkey managed to do there, which costs COINNU 25 gold for that wolf kill. And I mean, if a Rus player is running through your base with his scout, even if it's not the best spot for you to be gathering the sheep, if you can select a villager onto the sheep just to kill it, man, it can be funny. They can get salty about it too. I don't know why this one... Oh, he's parked the scout next to the boar. It's a good idea. Because Rus players are going to try and probably creep forward with a fort, with a wooden fort, and a hunting cabin. It's a bit of scout v scout. Don't know who aggroed the boar there. But a pair of scouts, these will be able to harass the villagers quite easily. They only deal like 2 damage a hit, but when you got the pair of them slowly chipping away at a villager, they will kill 1 or 2. The Golden Gate, it's going to allow the Rus player to actually choose to actually gain 50 resources whenever they flick between one or the other here. in the Golden Gate, but they can only do it once a minute, so they've got to keep tabs on being able to do that for the free resources. Meanwhile, the English player, access to fast training longbowmen. I think it's double speed production compared to a regular archery range. So these guys are going to be able to mean that it becomes very difficult for the Rus player to try and get on one of these boars. So for now, Rus player, COINNU, PSiArc on the back foot, waiting to get some military units out, but he's going to go for a range and a stables, while there's going to be a follow-up barracks, no, just a house. No barracks yet, or no stables yet for Dinkey, but interesting to see which he goes for. Now this is interesting, it actually, PSiArc shuffled his wood line because it's going to be easy to get onto that, into that fortress, which he wants in front of the cabin. So Dinkey just sort of massing everything up and doing a bit of a scout around the middle. Not seeing the early night or an early night over there at all. But he doesn't really want to take it on without all his bowmen there at once. It's not a good trade, knight versus bowman. But with palings out, it's a little bit different. And with your own cavalry to back up it also, it's going to be good. Oh no, here we go, barracks. So there'll be spears to back up the bowmen here. But PSiArc has got some very good micro. Very good at selecting out single spearmen with his own bowman. So a mix of horsemen and knights from COINNU. Probably doesn't have the eco just to spam just knights at the moment. So he'll probably pepper in a mix of knights and horsemen until he can get just knights. Yeah, a couple more. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, a couple more of each. Because it can be hard just trying to smash out just knights as French or Rus at this stage of the game. A lot of the time, in order to maintain production of either your bowman or your long swordsman, or depending on whatever else you're trying to do, might be best off just doing a wave or two of horsemen, even throwing down earlier production facilities if you can, to get your armor upgrades, particularly against a civ like English with these devastating bowmen. If you can really lessen the blow early, make it quite easy to push out. But Dinkey's not going to make this easy for his opponent. I think he's already got access. Has he got his... Yeah, he's already got access to battering rams. And once you do, it becomes very do or die for the opponent. Even I know that down at fucking 1200 elo play. Actually, at my level of play, it's all you see. Every single game looks like this. Which is kind of cool, really. We're sort of just doing this, but way sloppier. Anyway, very nice fight here from micro here from Dinkey. He's got just enough bowmen to try and polish off these archers one by one, but PSiArc's got just enough of a front line here that he's overwhelmed Dinkey's, and he's now able to force him back. So these towers are not going to be quite the golden goose he was hoping for, but in saying that, he's able to kite this cavalry all the way back to his base, and it's going to be a pain for PSiArc to clear out those towers while trying to continue to push his opponent press the advantage and try and get some Vil kills or force some gather time loss if he can. Here we go. So Dinkey's having to reshuffle the woodline already, doing it preemptively, not taking any damage off the villagers. There we go. So he is going to lose one. It's still pretty clean defense overall, and he may just have enough to clean up the horsemen and now deal with the bowmen as well, using the villagers as well, just cleaning that up that little bit faster. And in the meanwhile, it's not attractive for PSiArc to stream in units past this, because if the tower focuses, if the outpost is picking off the bowmen, they start taking a pretty significant chunk of their health. Well, he's got to really clean this up before he can continue to push. But it buys both players a bit of breathing time. You know, the play settles down. The English cheesy push didn't really work out all that well. And yeah, PSiArc's trying to Dinkey's trying to focus down PSiArc's bowmen with it, rather than the horsemen, because he's going to get much bigger chunks of their health. Meanwhile, Dinkey, scout well positioned to pick up the hunt expansion there from PSiArc. So PSiArc's going to just try and push towards, well, from this bottom side, just to make sure Dinkey's not trying to harass him with anything. Because on the off chance he's added to stables and got horsemen, or even just split off a bunch of his bowmen, you know, it could always kill a few villagers. So it's smart for PSiArc to try and cover this side of the map before he sizes up his opponent and pushes in. And he can confirm, yeah, Dinkey's not moved out, not moved onto the same south of the base hunt, which is a lot closer, like I said in the start of the game. Oh no, sorry, that was last game. Similar to last game, actually, this player on the right has got these hunts a lot closer to the base, while the player on the left has actually got the hunts quite a fair bit further away from the game. So I believe last game the players were flipped. And so PSiArc, yeah, looking to put the pressure on now. I think he's going to have to garrison a bit, but he's got plenty of bows here to defend. And the English town center's just hit like a truck. And again, the range is going to get another couple of kills. But PSiArc pushing in from this other side. Going to get some more Vil sniped, force some more garrisoning from Dinkey, who's doing a great job at defending, I might add. Taking fairly minimal losses on both sides here, and even getting a couple of kills. And thank you for the follows, guys. Oops. With PSiArc, wonderful map control right now on Ross. Dinkey's going to have to really try with everything he's got to make it through here. Ooh, is he bringing too much stuff to the top side to try and defend against the cavalry? Because over here there's plenty of bowmen pushing in. PSiArc has added in, how many stables and ranges has he added in? 5. 2 stables, 2 ranges. So Dinkey doing a good job of keeping PSiArc out of the top side of his base, but PSiArc's continuing to prove to be a pest. Pushing up the guts here and really forcing Dinkey off this initial wood line, and it's going to be tough for him to get wood anywhere else. Like, there's wood here and there's wood here, but around the peripherals of the base there's not really any big clumps. There's like another couple of smallish ones over here, but they just don't have the longevity of a big tree line like this. Like, look at that, there's like 60 trees. Sorry for not checking the chat, by the way, guys. But thank you all for tuning in. So, PSiArc seems to be in a nice spot here. Kept the English player in Age 2 for this long, and has built up, I think, a slight gathering bonus over his opponent. Between the harass, getting some veal kills, delaying, you know, upgrade decisions, things like that. So PSiArc can't really push until those wooden barricades go down. Perhaps he doesn't really need to, because while it's only bowmen harassing the hunting cabin, it's not going to fall too terribly fast. And in the meanwhile, PSiArc is persistent. Oh, nice little ball of bowmen they can pick off. Ooh, they could probably have picked off that one villager there on the edge. So that run by, perhaps not as effective as it could be, but in the meanwhile, there's that picketing there from Dinkey, and it's going to prove to be quite tough for PSiArc to push in. And the beauty of only having half of them place them is that you can constantly maintain some palings. But now this other group of bowmen, are they going to join the army, or are they just going to do the world's most long and meaningless run by? I think the latter. PSiArc deciding against going in, but he's bled a lot. Had a little exchange there. That moment's hesitation might have actually cost him dearly in the fight here. And he is waiting for this little ball of bowmen to come join the fray, but in the meantime he lost like 4 bowmen and one of his knights, so I don't know if it was really worth it. He might have been better off just taking the fight, but in terms of production, is there... So there is about a 10 population lead here for PSiArc heading into this fight. And once these palings go down, I think it might be... It's tough to say, because those longbowmen really well defended there, and the knights can only fight so many spearmen for so long. But in saying that, that's the front line for Dinkey down. And PSiArc is now going to keep pushing. He can just burst down individual spearmen as they come out. And now, with that many knights and with more reinforcing, he might be able to keep overwhelming his opponent behind this. Dinkey has a really good bowman count though, and can keep adding a couple of spears in the mix behind this. Maybe just needs to add another barracks or 2. Actually, you can't really afford to. It's Dinkey that's... It's PSiArc that's got all the wood in the bank. So PSiArc definitely bought himself a bit of breathing space once again. Really successful trade there in the end. I thought the bowman had enough, but once those palings fell, PSiArc was able to keep on pushing. And now he's going to do a bit more of a scout. Dinkey going to add a barracks. Just to keep that spearman count high enough that his own backline isn't going to get destroyed. But now PSiArc gonna add a couple of rams in the mix. So the scout does fall in the end. There's an awful lot of production sounds here for PSiArc, who's up to 140 pop. Dinkey's only at 95, so he's been really struggling to get the wood he needs to actually produce through this. He's got a heap of food and a little bit of gold in the bank, and he's quite down in terms of population at the moment. So I think if PSiArc can just keep the momentum going here, might have this game won. And with that, I think it'll be the series, wouldn't it? But Dinkey, he's not down without a fight. He's going to look at taking one last fight. Hoping PSiArc oversteps the mark here, because with good use of the palings and picking off some knights like that, he might be able to turn this one around. If he can cram out age 3 behind this, all the better. And he's going to have to try and deal with the rams now, but PSiArc's going to add more rams, split the army up, because all he really needs is some of his bowmen to tidy up all these spearmen, while his own knights engage on the bowman ball. That's a good number of rams here for PSiArc at 4 at the moment. So Dinkey, what have you got, man? Can you find it? The inner strength. They're up to 4 rams now, but back down to 3 for PSiArc. But that one at the back, a bit stuck behind the bowman ball. PSiArc can get out of its way, he can make great use of it. With 3 rams chipping away at the production facilities for Dinkey, it's going to be very hard for him to respond to this fight and make sure he doesn't lose all of his production at the same time. So the spear's going to be a bit out of place with the production facilities going down there. Ooh. PSiArc doing well to keep microing them out of the fight. Keep picking off spearmen as we go. And another one of the ranges is going to fall. But that's pretty much all the knights down for PSiArc at the moment. So Dinkey has nearly as many longbowmen as his opponent does have bowmen at the moment. Pretty much even, but oh, now we got another big flood of knights. This might be it. GG. Well played, guys. And PSiArc is our victor today.